All right, welcome in. Welcome in. Mount Polumbus Speaks here. We're going to do a little special edition. The best plays. The Denver Broncos' best offensive plays against the Atlanta Falcons. Look, there was obviously a lot of awesome football. I easily could have put together probably 30 or 40 plays. I picked out 10 or 15. I don't know. I didn't count them. I just picked out my favorite plays for the Broncos against the Falcons. Look, Bo Nix went off and he throws for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns in the game. Four of them things. You had four wide receivers get 50 yards or more. Well, Marvin Mims had 49, but I'm going to include him in that category anyways. Javonte Williams ran his ass off, and Audric Estime ran freaking hard as well. So many great things, but what was I looking for in these clips I put together for you? I'm looking for things that you probably didn't see with your naked eye when you're watching on the TV broadcast. Yes, I've got the touchdown throws, the touchdown run highlighted in these clips, but what I'm really looking for, I'm looking for second effort. I'm looking for wide receivers that are blocking in the running game. I'm looking for pancakes from the offensive line, and boy, were there some cakes and pies. The Broncos went to IHOP in this game. So many pancakes. I'm looking for quarterbacks making right reads, wide receivers coming down with tough catches. So without further ado, let's get into this thing. And actually, one last thing before we do. I want to mention the fact that this was Sean Payton's most creative game plan he's had since he's been the head coach of the Denver Broncos. He schemed up a lot of plays that were walk-in touchdowns, gains of 20, 30 yards that worked because of the scheme. The players did their job, but they worked because they were beautiful plays. And the first play I'm going to highlight for you here is a great example of it. To me, most creative play that was called in the entire game is right here. Okay, let's dive in. So we're going to bring Marvin Mims in motion into the backfield. Now, we've seen Marvin Mims in the backfield a lot in the last couple games, and Sean is just getting more and more creative with what he's doing with them. So you motion Marvin Mims into the backfield, and we're going to get some reverse action from Marvin Mims, okay? That's going to immediately pull number 53 out of the box. We're going to get a little play action dive coming from Jaleel through here. Okay. And then what Jaleel's going to do, he's going to do after that play action dive, we're going to get out on a route. So 53 is going to get out of the box. 55 is going to get matched up man on man on 38. He's going to get out of the box. Bo Nix is going to do a slight little rollout. And then what you guys want to watch in this play, first off, watch all the action. But then what you need to see is this right here. Okay, so we've got all this misdirection going on. And what our tight end is going to do, we're going to block 1,000, 1,000. And then you know what we're going to do? After we block for 1,000, we're just going to quietly sneak on out back through here. Now keep in mind, 53 is already out of the box. 55 out of the box. We've got a totally clean throw with absolutely nobody in the area because it's an incredible play call from Sean Payton. All right, watch number 19 first. Marvin Mims in the backfield. Okay, 53, he's gone. Now you got Jaleel coming down through here, pulling 55 out of the box. Now we've got our tight end right over here. We're engaged. We're acting like we're in a run block, 1,002. We're just going to clean out and to get a clean release. Walk-in touchdown. Phenomenal design, phenomenal execution from the Denver Broncos. Okay, this play right here, excuse me, sorry, let me get back to it. All these plays are not necessarily going to be huge gains for the Denver Broncos. Matter of fact, some of them, they don't gain any yardage at all. But what I'm going to highlight is second effort. I'm going to highlight guys that are bruising the Atlanta Falcons. And I love pancakes. I'm an offensive lineman. I can't help it. Is this a big play for the Broncos? No, it's not, but it's a tone setter. Every single player that put on that orange and blue in this game came out with physicality against the Falcons. Okay, watch our tight end right here. We're at the top of the screen. We're engaged. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Let me get on top of you. That's the first of many pancakes that I'm going to highlight in this reel here. So many fun things to look at. All right, this right here, let's back it up. Excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat. All right, we got Marvin Mims in the backfield again. And I'm not going to lie to you. When I first saw Marvin Mims in the backfield a couple games ago, I rolled my eyes at it. I'm like, Sean, what are you doing, man? You're overthinking things. He's not Deebo Samuel. And I don't think he's doing it because he thinks that Marvin Mims is Deebo, nor do I think he's doing it because he thinks that Marvin Mims is a great weapon in the running game. But what he's doing, he's really trying to create mismatches in the passing game. What do you get when you put Marvin Mims in the backfield? You get mismatches. You get linebackers that have to cover a wide receiver one-on-one in the passing game. That's not ideal for the defense, okay? It's not a defensive back. That's one of our fastest players on the team that gets matched up against linebackers. Now, on this play, it's not man coverage. It's zone coverage. But all you're going to get here, you're going to get Marvin Mims starting in the backfield. We got split backs out of shotgun, and we're going to run a little wheel route. And we're going to get nothing but space. Again, creative play calling from Sean Payton gives us a pass and catch that you could make in the backyard with your 12-year-old. Beautiful stuff. Let's get to the end zone copy of it. A little bit easier to see. Okay, you got 19 in the backfield, and what's going to happen is that this guy right here, we are going to drop back into zone coverage. I know I'm I'm on the edge of the screen, so you can't see my arrows here, but he's going to drop into zone coverage. He very quickly is going to lose Marvin Mims. Marvin's going to run out of his zone, and nobody's going to find him. That's just scheming up success right there for the Broncos. Sean Payton's doing his job. I love it. Okay, what do we got here? All right. 77. Let's watch our right guard, Quinn Miners, okay? This is who we're watching on this play. Number 77, your right guard. He got out in space in this game 3 or 4 times on screens, bubble passes, and every time he got out in space, he put someone on their ass. Quinn Miners is the best run blocking guard in the NFL. And he also happens to be tremendous when he gets out in space. A lot of times it's difficult for offensive linemen when we get asked to go out and try to block a defensive back because guess what? They're better athletes than us. And they duck underneath us. They run around. You just don't get your hands on them. Well, keep your eyes on 77, your right guard, this entire play. Okay, we're going to get in a screen block. We're getting downfield. We're looking for action. Sit your ass down. And here's what I love about this, okay? This dude that he's about to blow up, this dude right here, that's not a defensive back. That is a linebacker, okay? That is a linebacker, a dude that is accustomed to having to take on offensive linemen. And 77 absolutely decleats my man, Nate Landman. Shout out to Nate, Colorado Buffalo. Gets decleated on this play. But Nate is a great football player. Nate I think he was an undrafted free agent for the Falcons last year. Took over as the starting linebacker about halfway into the season, which is no surprise to any Bucs fan. He's been doing great for Atlanta, but Quinn gave him the business on that last play. Okay, what are we looking for here? Why did I put this in here? Okay. I know why I put this in here. 72. We're watching 72, cakes and pies. Let's go to IHOP, Pancake City, baby. Garrett Bowles has been on your radar again. And if Garrett Bowles is on your radar, it's probably not a good thing. Bowlesy has had too many penalties again this year. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Nobody wants to hear it because it's so easy to hate on Garrett Bowles. Garrett's played at a pretty freaking high level. He's playing at a really high level, playing really good football for the Broncos outside of the penalties. I know you can't take that away, but watch 72 here, okay? We are in max protection. So that means we've got a tight end that's going to be in protection, and everybody else, we're going to be in a full slide going this direction. Garrett Bowles is going to come down. He's going to find work with his left guard, number 74. All right, 74's got this under control. And what do we got going on the outside? Well, we've got 82 in pass protection. And I'm sorry, tight ends suck in pass protection. You can tell Nate Jackson I said it. They all suck in pass protection. It's not their fault. They don't get to work at it very often. 82's getting his ass bull rushed, and Garrett Bowles sees it. So let's go find work. Rib shot. Absolute rib shot right there. Come on, let's pause this right now. Look at that, man. Hitting him right in the soft spot. We don't have pads there. Quarterbacks might wear rib protectors. The rest of the field, nobody's got protection over their ribs. Garrett Bowles knows that. He's going to hit him in one of the most sensitive spots that you could possibly hit a player and going to absolutely decleat him. You're going to see the Broncos offensive line in this game was extremely active in pass protection, constantly looking for an ear hole shot. All right. This is the best run of the season, and we'll let this thing run because obviously Javonte Williams deserves a ton of credit on this play. First off, good cut, good read, gets down, doesn't go down. One defender, two defenders, three defenders, four, let's call it 5, 6 guys are now in there, and we've got ourselves a touchdown. This is a Kyle Brandt angry run. If this isn't an angry run, I don't know what is. But what I love about this thing right here, and this is not the best angle of it, but right now, okay, we have got our feet off the ground, and it's only going to get higher and higher. And in the Denver Broncos offensive line, they feel the Falcons gang tackling them, and watch all these bodies that come to the rescue. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to pick up our running back. Hey, simple as that. Let's pick him up and let's carry him to the end zone. Javonte Williams had a great run, but he stalled out on the 4-yard line. And watch everybody come to the rescue here, and we're just going to flat out carry our dude to the end zone. Hell yeah. Look at that. Back up. Hold on. Okay, it starts with little Jordan Humphrey. Little Jordan Humphrey gets in there. Now we got Vele in there. Quinn Miners is coming. We got Ben Powers. We got Cortland Sutton. Let's celebrate. Hell yeah. That is freaking beautiful right there. Love that. And this right here, best throw of Bo Nix's young career. Best throw of the season, best throw of the game. Bo Nix dropped his balls and threw a dangerous throw. Okay? I'm not on the radio. I guess I can say that. Look at this throw right here. There are so many things that can go wrong. This is phenomenal, but ironically, it's actually not even my favorite throw of the game. My favorite throw of the game comes in the second half on an off-schedule throw from Bo Nix. I've got it highlighted, so I'll show it to you here in a little bit. But he gets off schedule. He rolls out, throws a beautiful little floater to Cortland Sutton. But this is the best throw. This is the most challenging throw that Bo Nix has had. Look, there are so many things that could go wrong with a throw like this. Okay, we're trying to split the seam. So we're trying to go right through these two safeties. All right. Number one, this guy right here could very easily undercut it, get an interception. Number two, you've got a linebacker in the middle of the field that gets cheap interceptions on throws like this all the time. So what Bo Nix has to do, he's got to make a decision. I'm either going to put this thing on a rope and I'm going to fly it past his face, or I've got to put a little touch on it and get it over his head like that. Bo Nix decides I'm going to put it on a rope. I'm going to put it right past this linebacker's face. I'm going to split the safeties, and Devon Vele comes down with a huge catch, huge gain. 26-year-old rookie who is making a name for himself. Devon Vele is only going to get more and more balls coming his direction. This angle, I actually even like a little bit more. It shows just how dangerous this throw is. Okay, let's pause it right now. All right, so here's that linebacker I was telling you about, right? So you've got to put that ball on a rope. You got to throw it in front of his face. You got to throw it over his head. Bo Nix puts it on a rope, throws it in front of his face. He splits the safeties and delivers an absolute dime to Devon Vele. So freaking sexy. God dang, there was so much good ball in this game. I could have made this thing 50 plays long if I wanted to. All right. No pancakes on this one. This is just an extremely well executed run. So by design, let me back it up. All right, shoot. Hold on. I'll get there. 1 second. All right. So by design, we're kind of out leveraged the offensive line. So anytime you run to the weak side, meaning there's no tight end right here, well, your linebackers are going to be out leveraged for the offensive line. So what we got to do is we got to go on a single block between these two guys. We're going to double team up to here. We've got a B block on the backside between these two, back to this guy. But the problem is this linebacker is out leveraged, and we've got a defensive lineman in our face. So in all likelihood, it's going to be very difficult for these offensive linemen to get their hat to the play side shoulder, which is what they're trying to do. And on this one, Quinn Miners does a good job at the beginning of getting his hat where it needs to go. Hold on. Right there. Okay. He's got his hat on the outside shoulder. That's his aiming point. But as I let this thing develop, you're going to see this defensive lineman right here. He's going to beat him play side. So Quinn actually loses this battle a little bit. It's one of the rare occasions where he does not have a perfect block. But what your running back has to do is we are aiming for the butt of the ghost tight end. You got to pretend there's a tight end there. We don't have a tight end in the game. So what Javonte's got to read, he's going to aim for the butt of the ghost tight end, and then he's going to read it one gap at a time. And as I let this thing develop, okay, right there. Now Quinn's actually lost his guy to the play side. So Javonte is reading it one gap at a time. Gap 1, gap 2, gap 3, and we're going all the way back here, okay? So he's read this thing perfectly. He's going to let the play unfold, and we're going to let these linebackers get washed. Why does this work? Because when you run wide zone and you successfully hit it to the play side where you're trying to, well, now these linebackers are going to run. So this guy is going to run this way. This guy is going to run this way. And then that gives us a perfect little cutback angle behind these two guys. And all we need is one little block right here from 72, and you've got a beautiful run. So not necessarily the most physical play of the game, but well executed by just about everybody. Maybe not Quinn's best block of his career, but Javonte Williams reads it perfect. You get the linebackers washed. We cut it back, and Javonte Williams ran his ass off. Okay. We got a zone read going on here. So before I highlight who I want to feature, let's just talk a little ball. All right. So anytime you got a zone read, this is the dude that we're reading. Okay. If this guy comes up the field, well, we're going to hand that ball off and we're going to go down here. All right. If this dude right here crashes and tries to meet you at the mesh point, well, now we're going to keep it and we're going to get outside. This is not a huge run. It's not a huge gain, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's a player for the Denver Broncos that I'm starting to fall in love with. He wears number 45 and his name is Nate Adkins. Nate's not the best athlete in the world, not the best wide receiver, but he's a hard-nosed son of a gun that plays with physicality. This play, maybe not his most physical play of the game, but he's getting extra work in. Anytime there's two guys that are playing with extreme physicality out of the backfield right now. Number 20, Michael Burton, and number 45, Nate Adkins. Nate Adkins comes with violent intentions every time he tries to hit somebody. And on this play, although not necessarily the most violent one, let's just keep our eyes on 45. So we got cross-flow action on the zone read. We're going to bring 45 across the field, and we're not going to get satisfied. We're going to block one. We're going to block two. Okay, we got our guy, but we're not satisfied. Already got that dude done. Why don't we just get our hands on one more dude and let's block two at the same time? Good job from Nate Adkins right there. And Bo Nix wisely runs out of bounds. Anytime you're going to have a running quarterback, don't take unnecessary hits, man. And young quarterbacks, they have a tendency to try to fight for that extra yard or two. You can't do it. If you're going to run your quarterback, you got to keep him safe. You got to keep him healthy. Getting out of bounds is fine. Sliding is fine. You don't need 2 extra yards. You need a healthy running back. What do we got here? Okay. A little bit earlier, I told you Quinn Miners got out in space, and when Quinn Miners gets out in space, he puts somebody on their ass. That's what he does. We've got 2 touchdowns in this game that are, in essence, the exact same play. Slight little nuances that changed it, but we got a bubble screen in the first half to Marvin Mims that went for a touchdown, and this one actually is the second one. This is a touchdown to Troy Franklin in the second half. I'll show you the Marvin Mims one a little bit later, just the way I clipped it. It got a little bit out of order. But watch number 77 as he gets out in space, and we're just going to go ahead and put dudes on their ass because that's what we do. We're 77. We're a mean mother's trucker, and we try to hurt people. God dang, I love that. 77 is a mean son of a gun. Dude, best run blocking guard in the NFL, and he is phenomenal when he gets out there in space. Number 20, your fullback, watch him, okay? Also has a great block out there. Cortland Sutton's working his ass off down there at the top of your screen. But number 77, playing with physicality, blocking 2 dudes. Okay, this linebacker that is blitzing, 55, he reads this thing well. That's not supposed to be the guy that Quinn Miners is supposed to block, but he decides, you know what, I'll just go ahead and block your ass all the way out there as I'm trying to get my target, and then I'm going to decleat the dude I'm actually going for. God dang, I love it. What's here? Okay. No pancakes here. But put this on for Audric Estime because he's obviously going to have this on his highlight reel. First off, let's watch 23. His first assignment is to protect the backside A-gap. All right, so he's going to protect the backside A-gap. He's going to give a nice little chip to this defensive lineman on his way out. Okay, so first thing he does, let's go try to give a little rib shot to this defensive lineman. Does a good job with that. Almost decleats him. Actually, he does. He puts that dude down. Doesn't flat back him, but he puts him on his knees. So 74 saying thank you. Catch the ball. Audric Estime, you know what? Let's put the family jewels at risk. Go ahead. Forget them kids of the future, Audric Estime. Forget them kids. Let's put the family jewels at risk. Let's hurdle this dude. Audric Estime, not necessarily known for his athleticism. He's known for being a bowling ball, running through folks. Got enough athleticism to jump over that dude's head. All right, this one right here I freaking love. I love this, man. Cortland Sutton gets a throw into traffic. Now, a lot of times, quarterback throws a pass like this. Well, some wide receivers, they just won't even try to catch the damn ball. And quarterbacks will get put on highlight reels, right? Like, why'd you throw this ball into a death sentence for Cortland Sutton? Well, a quarterback never gets yelled at if the wide receiver catches the ball, do they? Cortland Sutton catches this ball, takes a big hit right to the chest, comes down with the ball, secures it. And what I love about this is that we had, at the beginning of the second half, 2 plays that were very similar in nature. Little Jordan Humphrey had a ball thrown to him that was almost identical. Catches the ball gets knocked out of him, drops the ball. Actually, if I remember correctly, wasn't that a fumble? I think that one was a fumble. Little Jordan Humphrey couldn't handle the collision. Our captain, Cortland Sutton, handles this ball easily, catches it in traffic, takes a huge shot, holds on to the football. Number 14 is now strung together 4 incredible games. Go look at his stats for the last 4 games, 70, 80, 90 yards, all 70-ish or more in the last 4 games. Him and Bo Nix are really figuring it out. It's cool to see the connection that those 2 guys have got going on. All right, this one right here was the play that I was telling you. This is actually my favorite throw of the game. Is it the most challenging throw? No, it's not. We've got an RPO, slight difference from a zone read because we've got the run pass option. We're reading the same guy, really. But what we're trying to do here is we decide to keep it, and we're going to try to throw this ball to Devon Vele. That's the dude that we're trying to throw the football to right out the gates. Well, hold on. Here we go. I think. All right. Back it up. Bo tries to throw this ball, and he doesn't feel like he can do it. He's got 92 in his face. We got a linebacker right here. You actually have everything that you want. If Bo throws this football, you've got a beautiful play right there, but he can't do it. Now, Bo's got to start pump faking. And the thing about that is anytime you see a quarterback pump faking, and I'm not talking about a double move pump fake. I'm talking about when a play gets broken down, we start pump faking because we think we're throwing the ball. You can't do it. 9 out of 10 times, that's when bad things happen. You've got interceptions, you've got tips and overthrows. Quarterback gets his feet out of whack, his motion's out of whack. He just delivers an errant pass a lot. Well, Bo pump fakes twice, buys himself some time, scrambles out, finds Cortland Sutton on the scramble drill. Cortland does a great job of identifying it, turns around, goes on the go ball, and Bo delivers a beautiful floater. Great touch pass here. The other angle's actually even a little bit better to look at it. Okay, so again, we're trying to throw this ball right here to Devon Vele. And I actually think we probably could have thrown it. I think Bo got out of it because he felt this guy. Probably could have thrown it. Oh, well, no problem. Watch Bo. 1 pump fake, 2 pump fakes. That's all right. Let's buy ourselves some time. Let's scramble out. And let's just throw a beautiful little touch pass. Beautiful little touch pass. Bo Nix is figuring it out, folks. He is flat out figuring it out. God, it's fun to watch. Oh, this is the same run I already showed you. This is the touchdown run from Javonte, but actually I'm glad I've got this angle. I didn't think I did because let's pause it now. All right? Look at these feet. We are off the ground. We are no longer running. We've had a great run. We've already broken a tackle or 3, and now we're hung up by 1, 2, 3 Falcons defenders. Denver Broncos offensive line. Actually, it really wasn't the offensive line. It was at the beginning, it was Lil Jordan Humphrey, then it was Cortland Sutton, and then Quinn Miners comes in, and they all decide, you know what, forget this. You don't have your feet, we'll just pick you up. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to pick your ass up, and we're going to carry you for a touchdown. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Denver Broncos that all got there and all contributed to carrying Javonte into the end zone. And now we all get to throw our hands up in the air and celebrate because, god dang, is that a good-looking football play. One more angle. Might as well watch it again. It was that good. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we've already seen this one also. I apologize. This is another angle, so you can see this from the backside. So this is the first play that I showed you. I'm going to go ahead and break it down again, though, because to me, this was such a beautiful play from Sean Payton. The design of it is just, God, it's sexy. And you bring him, you get a dude wide open. So we motion Marvin Mims into the backfield. And again, so what we're going to do, we're going to get reverse action right here from Marvin Mims. That's going to pull this linebacker out of the box right away. Now we're going to get a little dive action from Jaleel. And this linebacker right here, we're going to match up on him. Jaleel's going to get himself out of the box. And then the dude that we need to watch is at the top of our screen, number 45, Nate Atkins. Why did my lines get thicker? I don't want my lines thicker. All right, I think I fixed it. He's going to block. He's going to go 1,000, 1,000. He's going to make this guy think that it's a run, and then he's just going to slip on out of here. This dude vacates. And we've got 0 Falcons defenders within a 10-yard radius of our tight end as we catch this absolute walk-in touchdown that works because of a beautiful play design. I'll let this go through quickly because I know we've already seen this angle. Sorry, I guess I doubled up on a handful here. All right, this is the Marvin Mims bubble screen. So I showed you the Troy Franklin bubble screen that was for a walk-in touchdown. This is more or less the exact same play. I won't break down the differences because it's not even worth going into. But we're gonna bring Marvin Mims down in motion here a little bit, and then we'll get some lead blockers out there, and pretty much a walk-in touchdown. Mike McGlinchey, Quinn Miners both do a good job out in space. Quinn does not decleat someone on this, but they both do a good job getting out of here. So let's watch 69 and 72. Okay, so we're going to flash and we're going to get out of there. Mike McGlinchey's job is to go get the kick out. 77's job is to go run the alley. Mike, 69, okay. We are locked up right here. Does a good job. Quinn Miners is about to get locked up over here. And because both of our offensive linemen do a good job out in space, it allows Marvin Mims to more or less go untouched on his way into the end zone. Good job from both 69 and 77. The Broncos have been trying to run these bubble screens all year long, and they've had like zero success with it. For whatever reason, the stars aligned against the Falcons for it. This is the same play that I already showed you earlier. This is the Troy Franklin version of it. So again, you'll see the only difference is we didn't bring Marvin Mims in motion. Instead, we're going to have stacked wide receivers over here. And again, we're going to get a kick out from 69 and 77. Watch 77, your right guard. Oh, feel it. Feel it. Take that home with you, Falcons. Love that. Okay, what's this one? Oh, this is the little Jordan Humphrey touchdown. So we're going to go fake 18, keep left. Bo Nix is going to roll out, delivers a night. This isn't a great angle for it. The other angle, which I did not clip for you, my bad. You get a better view of Bo Nix. It's a great sidearm throw, man. He doesn't fully get his feet set. He turns around, delivers it an awkward angle throw on a rope to little Jordan Humphrey. Falcons decide they don't want to cover him. Little Jordan Humphrey's been frustrating of late. He's had some drops. He's had some fumbles, but he gets himself a nice little touchdown right there. Oh, I do have the other angle. Watch Bo Nix. Watch his arm angle here. That's tough, man. Hello? Okay. We're watching our fullback on this one. Michael Burton. A lot of people don't like carrying fullbacks. I love carrying a fullback. It gives you call it and run it plays. And what I mean by that is you can call 18 force, and there's nothing. Sorry, let me open my window. I'm a little hot. There's nothing the defense could do to get you out of it. So it doesn't matter how many people they bring into the box. Well, realistically, at least. You've got a hat for a hat. They can't force you to check out of it, to throw it. When you've got a fullback on the field, you've got call it and run it plays. And Michael Burton just happens to be pretty damn good at what he does here. Let's watch our fullback out in space. Cakes and pies. Let's go to IHOP. Oof. You guys watching him? You following your fullback right here? Follow him, follow him. Boom. Feel it. Great stuff. Actually, was that Michael Burton or was that Nate Atkins? Who was that? Oh, that was Atkins. That wasn't even your fullback. I told you guys that I was falling in love with Nate Atkins. Okay. Pretty similar throw and catch to the one I had just a few minutes ago to Cortland Sutton. This one not quite as dangerous, and Devon Vele doesn't get rocked quite as much as Cortland Sutton did. But I thought this was just a great throw, great catch from Devon Vele, and worthy of highlighting on the best plays for the Broncos against the Falcons. All right, and we're back to the beginning. I'm going to stop it right here and just recap. Look, so many good things in this game, and we could have picked a player. I promise you, I could have found 10 good plays from any player on the field for the Broncos against the Falcons. It's just one of those days. Everything was going their way. Bo Nix had 307 yards, 28 of 33, threw for 4 of them things. You had 4 wide receivers with 50 yards or more. Marvin Mims had 49. Oh, well, I'll include him in that category. Javonte Williams only had 59 yards in the game, but he did it on 9 carries. You know what that means? He averaged 6.6 per carry. The dude ran his freaking ass off. God, it was fun to watch, man. Javonte, that was a fascinating situation to me because last week Javonte Williams got a carry. Audric Estime was the featured running back, so I thought for sure Audric Estime was going to be the featured running back against the Falcons. But for whatever reason, coaches went back to Javonte, and their faith in him was paid off. Javonte had a great game. Audric Estime excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat. Audric Estime started getting more carries in the second half, and he ran really, really hard as well. It feels like Javonte Williams, when he's got his back against the wall, is when he performs his best. It happened in the Jets game a little bit earlier this year when it looked like Tyler Bidet was going to start getting more carries, and all of a sudden Javonte, man, he found the second gear. So I don't know what it is about Javonte, but when he gets pushed, the dude comes back to life. And now you've got 2 running backs that are all doing their job. The Broncos are in great shape. You've got a franchise quarterback. Bo Nix is figuring things out. Jaden Daniels was running away with the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Running away with it, and now we got a 2-horse race between Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. It's all going to come down to how these 2 guys finish out the season. Bo Nix has got a great opportunity at winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. So to be where we are after the first couple weeks, dude, we're living in we're in a dream state right now. Broncos got an opportunity to go on a 4-game tear here. So you just beat the Falcons. Now we got the Raiders, should beat them. After that, you've got the Browns. You should beat them. After that, you got the Colts. Colts might be interesting because Anthony Richardson looked like he figured some things out last weekend, but you should beat your next 3 opponents. That should be a 4-game winning streak for the Denver Broncos, which would put them at 9 wins. Now you got to find one more. The magic number to get in the playoffs is usually 10. The final 3 games, you got the Chargers, you got the Bengals, you got the Chiefs. You might get lucky in week 17. The Chiefs might not play their starters because they got the number 1 seed locked up. We'll see. I wouldn't be shocked if the Chiefs drop a few more games, though, because they're not as good as their record screams. So, look, the Broncos are in great shape. Handle your business against the teams you're supposed to handle your business against. Find one more win in your final 3 games, and we're looking at a playoff season. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a best of. A lot of great stuff in that game. Those are my favorite plays. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel yet, you're missing out. I put out all kinds of content like this. I've already done the all 22, by the way. It's in my YouTube. So hit the link in my bio if you're watching on Twitter. Go over to YouTube. Please hit subscribe. You'd really be doing me a huge favor. And if you want to do me an extra solid, like and comment on this video. It does wonders for the algorithm over there on YouTube. I'm obviously trying to grow my channel. If you appreciate the content I'm putting out, I would appreciate you doing that small little favor for me. Okay, I will give you guys a scouting report on the Raiders, although it's not going to be that interesting because they suck. They're not a very good football team, but not a great tease for my content. I'll give you a scouting report. You don't want to miss it. I'll give you information you're never going to find anywhere else. That'll come out with